Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Estancia Lapacho in Paraguay. Our sprayer is busy spraying that small field over there, and he's got the other field up there, which he's only going to do half the field because it's already come ripe. And then we need to move it over onto the big field. Now, the big field has, at the moment, only one layer of fertilizer on it, so that'll get the second. We'll also have to do another layer. We've got these two here that need more fertilizer on as well. These are done. Well, apart from that little bit we've missed. But anyway, my question for this week is, at the moment, we have got some wheat and some barley over here, and we've got canola down here. And we've got corn over here, maize, whichever you want to call it, down here. And that's all ready for harvest. And then we got the soybeans. Now, I would like to do some whole crop silage. We haven't done whole crop silage. I would very much like to do some whole crop, and we'll take that over to the biogas plant. We won't make a silage clamp full over at the farm. This will be for the biogas plant. So the question is, do you want me to whole crop this here and possibly the canola as well, and take it all the way over here to biogas, or do you want me to wait until next year when we plant this field here with one of these crops? We'll probably plant it with barley, maybe wheat. I don't really know yet. I haven't quite decided. But yeah, we can either do it this year with these fields over here and drag it all the way over, or you can wait a year and then we will do it with this huge, great big field here, which is right next to the biogas plant. So which one do you want me to do? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Now, today we are moving the wood chips. And I'm just going to back this one up here. Actually backed that one a little bit wrong there. Started to turn it the wrong way. That is doing okay. We're going to take this one over there and we're going to go to those wood chips. We're going to load it up and we are going to sell those wood chips. Now, once we've sold the wood chips, we're then going to get the Bruks chipper back onto the tractor, or the tractor with the Bruks chipper back over here, and we're going to use that one to do the next bit. Now, the sprayer is actually very kindly spraying our entire road for us. What an absolute waste of spray. But still, what it does mean is that when it gets to the end of the field, it's going to turn around again, it's going to carry on up there, and it's going to do that field for us as well. At least that's what I'm hoping. Go on, are you going to do this? Are you going to do it? Be about the only useful thing that you've done so far. Although we're going to have to stop, and then all that wasted spray, we're going to have to run that one back down to the farm, and we're going to have to reload it, and we're going to have to bring it back all the way over here so we can do a little bit here and then move it down to the big field. But that one is working there, so we'll leave that one going. Going to move on up through. I'll have to go and grab that one in just a second. I'll tell you what, I'll do that before we start loading this one up. So if I just move this one on over here. So I'm going to sort of put it fairly close to the pile of wood chips so that it's all in place for loading up. We've got two trailers that we've got to load up here. I'm curious to see how much of this is actually going to load up quite nicely. There we go, so that one's done. Now let me just go and refill the sprayer a minute, and then we can load all this up. How's this for timing? We're down to 10 litres. Is it going to make it to the end of the field? It's not quite. Look at that, the tiniest little strip on the very end of the field. Okay, I'm going to fold this one up. I will go and reload it, and we can bring it back up, and it can just do that last little bit there, and then I can start on this field. I am seriously considering adding to this field here, and just extending it out a little bit further, joining it into that long field, and having it all the way from the very top down to the bottom of the map. Seriously considering that. I may do that. I may do that sometime soon. I'm not quite sure when I would, but I think that could actually prove quite interesting. Although, with the little kink in the railway, it could make it even more interesting, because, I mean, I haven't really sort of gone round that one very much, but you kind of got this little piece of land up here that would be wasted if you didn't use it properly. So I'm not really sure how well that would work. I'd still think it's something that I'd like to try, though. So maybe we'll do that fairly soon. Once we've actually comments today. I'm not going to ask this as a weekly question, so today's comments are literally your only chance to influence this. Would you like me to extend this field out and include the other piece up there? So after we've done the harvest, then extend this field up, and we'll push it right out to the road all the way, and we'll probably, well, I don't know if we'll go very much higher than that because of the sheep and everything, but then we can bring it down. There's only one tree there in the middle that we'd have to get rid of, and there may be a couple over that side. Is there? Let's just have a look. There isn't much in the way of trees up there. There's not much in the way of trees, so we could just push it out this way a little bit. So basically, you start the tractor down here, he works up and down, he gets longer and longer and longer, and then he goes all the way up and down here for a bit, and then he finishes up with this little leg up through here. That could work really well. I'm liking this idea. The more I think about it, the more I think this could be something that would be very, very cool. So comments in the comment section. What do you think of the idea? Do you want me to do that? Yes or no? I really do want your input on this one. It will influence what happens after the harvest. And the harvest is going to be here sooner than you realize, because as soon as we finish doing this field up here that we're working on at the moment, that's going to be pretty much it. We're going to be breaking out the combines and we're going to be getting going with it. Right, the sprayer is busy working, and we can now come back down to our mill. Now, this one's just been called a mill. I'm not actually sure what you would call the thing. What's it called in the shop? Let's just take a look in the shop a second. Under the miscellaneous, and where is it? There we go. Phrase. Milling machine. It's just called a milling machine. I'm not sure what you would call something like this in real life. I guess a milling machine would work, because, I mean, it's kind of like for a silage type thing. I guess that there's some sort of blower in there to work a bit like a forager. How it actually works, I really don't know. I don't know very much about it. I've never actually seen a machine like this in real life, so I'm genuinely not sure. The one thing that I don't particularly like about it is the way that it does when you're loading trailers, but then I don't particularly like that either, the way that the stuff clips through the bottom of any of the trailers. I also don't like the way that it loads by chucking into the trailer, but we don't have like a deflecting side for the loading animations at the moment for anything. So like this one here, you'd have it be extended up slightly, and then that stream of wood chips would be blowing against the side of the trailer, and that would be, and then it would sort of be deflecting from there down into the bottom of the trailer. So this obviously is extremely unrealistic doing it like this. However, we've sort of got to work with what we got here. There's not a lot. We don't have a lot of choice on this one. This is how the game works, and we just kind of got to go with it. But that is something that I would love to see in the future, is a very realistic animation for how such things are loaded up, so that instead, you know, now it's kind of looking over the top of it. It is actually spreading over it's going over the top of the trailer. But I mean, I am closer now. I am quite a bit closer than I was when we first started this little enterprise. If I back up there a little bit, it's riding up into the air a bit, so it's missing some. There we go. That'll do it a little bit better. And it's going to keep coming on through until it... Oh, that's full. As soon as it reaches full, it stops, and then it'll move to the next one. If I move up there like that, it's because the way that the mill is riding up over the pile of wood chips, it's not actually loading very well. It does get there eventually, but sometimes you've got to sort of... It's partly to do with the angle of the ground. That does have an influence on it. But you can sort of see the way that the angle of it is working on the great big pile here. It's not the smoothest of animations. And then you've got the actual machine itself is sort of doing some strange things at the moment. Let's spin it round a minute, and we'll start it coming from the back down here. Now, I think I'm close enough there. Yes, it's close enough that it will reach, so I can just sort of tidy up the very end of this heap. Just a little bit. Push into it slowly like that. You just got to take it steady as you push up to the first bits of it. And then it starts to work. And just bring that bit in there. And yeah, see, it's got... I mean, it's convenient for when you're playing the game that it does have this long reach on it, but I just don't like the way that it points to the base of the trailer. It's literally the only complaint that I've got about this milling machine. I mean, I really like using this one for silage. If you're using, like, if you're not using just a trailed forage mixer and you're doing total mixed ration, like if you're using a machine like the one that we had in Gorala, at the end of Gorala we had that placeable total mixed ration mixer machine, didn't we? We had that one there. And you can tip into that one using a trailer. So what you do is you put this milling machine onto the front of a tractor, and then you put a trailer onto the back of the tractor. And, right, we're full now. that means that everything is completely full. So if I just bring that one back around a little bit, and we'll go there and we'll stop. But yeah, if you you put this one on the front of the tractor and you put just an ordinary trailer on the back of the tractor, and then you go into the silage clamp, it will start filling up the silage. It will start filling up your trailer straight from the silage clamp. We get 133,000 litres with these two trailers. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. That's more than the cramper trailers would hold. If the in-game one, I did find a modded one that had a hitch on the back, but yeah, two of those together is 118,000, whereas this is 133. So this is pretty good. It's quite impressive, the sheer quantity that you can get on this one. Right, Helper Q has completed their task. So before we go racing off any further, we will just skip over to Helper Q over here, because... oh, it actually did the entire field. That surprises me. I didn't think it would. Yeah, what we need to do is we want to go and get started on the big field up here. So we're just going to go racing down through. And if we're to extend the field out sideways, there are a few trees over there, but it's literally just a handful, so it's not going to be a huge task to extend this field out, and we could have a fair bit bigger field. I wouldn't want to go too close to that cliff, though, just because it would make it easier for the hired help to be able to do their turning around and stuff once they get started. Now, for this one, I'm going to start it on this side. We're going to go on the long side, and I am deliberately putting it so that it's sticking out quite a way up here, just so that we make sure that we get everything all the way down through. I mean, I think that's probably as far as we're going to need to go out. So we'll try it there, and we'll see what it's like. I'm hoping that it won't try to turn. Actually, that might even be out too far. I think it is. I think this is almost as far out as it's going to go across the entire thing. So if I just bring it back a little bit, we'll go in a bit more, like that. Let's try it about there, I think. So it's going in a little bit further. It's going to overlap the railway slightly, but it's the telegraph poles further down on that road that I'm a little bit concerned about, whether or not it's going to catch on those. It doesn't look like it's going to catch on them when it gets down there, so we'll let that one carry on, and we can go racing back up here to our truck. There we go. And we can run this one over to the sawmill. Yeah, the only disadvantage with using that the mill blowing thing, I used it as a snow blower in the Dowland Farm series, and you may have noticed in there that when you're loading it, when you're going along the road, it doesn't fill the trailer 100%. I think it doesn't quite reach the back of the trailer. The load point to the trailer actually physically moves further back the trailer as it fills up. So once you get to about 80% full, the actual load point on the trailer is so far back that the milling machine won't reach it anymore. And that was the only thing I found about it that I didn't particularly like, was it didn't quite reach all the way back. Because obviously, if you're blowing stuff into it like that in real life, then the force of it would be loading the rear of the trailer first, whereas in the game, the physics have it loading the front of the trailer first. And so that little tiny detail did sort of scream out to me every time we reached a full point. Every time the trailer said that it was full, it wouldn't load anymore. That was one little detail that really did irritate me as I was doing those episodes in Dowland Farm. You know, when I was doing the snow blowing stuff, I did that kind of creepy music, and well, for those of you who watch the series anyway, did creepy music, did a load of clearing snow at night time. I really enjoyed making those episodes, by the way. That was a lot of fun, especially the whole effect of having it do that at night time. I really did enjoy that. How much are we going to get? Because we weren't going to keep this at all. We were just literally going to come over and sell it for whatever we could get. $189. $189. That's it. That's got to be one of the lowest prices I've seen for wood chips for a very long time. I'm sure it normally goes like above 300 or something like that. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely positive that it does go well above 300. I'm just wondering if we should like take a break and like fast forward time for an hour. I think we will. I think we're going to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to stop right there. We're going to stop that one, and we're going to go. We're just going to say that somebody's come and collected us because, you know, in our car here, in our pink caddy. And we've gone back home for breakfast. So we're going to go in the house. We're going to go for breakfast. So a few people have been asking me this. A few people who have not been watching the series right from the start. Can you go into the house and so on? Yes, you can. If you do ever decide to get the... Ooh, that's a really nice picture, actually. I love landscape. I've always been a fan of landscape pictures. I don't know why. There's something about them that appeals to me. Landscape and old farming pictures. Not photos, but old farming drawings, artwork and stuff. Anyway, so we'll just go and take a look in here. This is one of the bedrooms. For those of you who've not seen it before, yes, you can walk all around the house. We've got a study in here. We've got a balcony out here, and this balcony, I mean, this is the master bedroom here. You do have another bedroom. You can go out through here. There's another bedroom across there. You go all the way around. There's a sort of a recreational room type thing over there. Then you've got another bedroom over there, which I'd say is the guest bedroom, or the kids' bedroom, whatever you want to call it. But this one here is the master bedroom, and so I'm just going to close that door again. There we go. And I like to take my breakfast out here on the balcony. It's really nice out here. You can read the paper. There we go. Desapuri Shrioni. Oh, is that something to do with depreciation of tractors? Desaparis Shirioni. Disaparish Shirion. I've no idea. Tractores. Is it tractors or tractores? I think it's tractor. I don't know. I really apologize to anybody that speaks Spanish as a first language. I really genuinely apologize for absolutely trying to butchering your language like that. I didn't mean to. I'm just not very good at it. Anyway, breakfast time. So we'll just fast forward time. We're gonna fast forward about an hour. I think we're gonna go until about 9:30 because I want to see if this goes up very much. It's 193. It's going up very, very slowly though. I was kind of hoping it would go a bit fast, but it's not going to, is it? I don't want to go too far in. I don't want to go too far forward in time because it's gonna cause some issues with our spraying. So we just slow down a bit. There we go. Right, that's far enough. Plenty far enough. And let's take a look now. We have $202. Right, so we've had some breakfast. We had some fresh fruit, and if you can have candles burning outside on the balcony, it must be really, really calm here in the evening. Maybe 2 or 3 evenings in an entire year here in the UK would you have it calm enough that you could actually burn a candle outside without the wind just blowing the thing out. That's actually really, really impressive that it gets that calm that you can have candles sat outside waiting to be burned. To me, I don't know why, I just find that incredibly impressive. Right, let's just put our plate down here with our fresh fruit that we had on it, and we'll carry on. So we'll carry on out through here. I just want to show you, it says still life there. I'm not really a fan of still lifes. What else have we got? We've got a really old picture there showing probably when this place was first being built, but that's a really old picture. What else? I haven't actually had a look around here. There's the town with the new bridge coming into the town. And as far as landscapes go, that's very much a hotel picture, isn't it? That is very much a hotel picture. That's the sort of thing you would expect to find in your hotel room. Kind of, it's the thing with hotel pictures is they've got to be neutral. They've got to be neutral enough that nobody gets annoyed by them and nobody dislikes them. So they've got to go for very, very neutral type pictures. That one there, that picture I do like. I really do like that picture. That is very nice. It's still a hotel room picture, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot more pleasant to me than some of the others. Right. There's nothing else here. There's nothing else to look at. There is more artwork upstairs, but we're not going to go and look at that now. We'll do that another day. Right. The next thing we're going to do is something that we haven't done. We're going to take our caddy over here. I love this car. We have not driven this car around enough. We absolutely have not driven this car around enough. Look at the color on this bad boy here. It is so beautiful. I love it. The turquoise on the wheels just makes this car for me. It really does. Right. We're going to go and take a whiz around here. We'll go out onto the road and we're going to go up the other way. We really should drive this car more frequently. This car is beautiful, and the sound of it as well. It does sound pretty cool. I'm just going to be quiet while we go racing up the road, just so that you can turn up the volume a bit and listen. I'll talk again at the dealership. There you go. Right. So for anybody that does like to turn the volume up to listen to the engine sounds occasionally, it's okay. The engine sounds on this one, they're okay. It is disappointing that you don't get the changing of gears as you're going up through. So it is missing that, but overall, the engine sounds from this thing is absolutely quite wonderful. I'm very pleased with it. So there is our pink Caddy with the turquoise wheel rims. Absolutely beautiful. We'll go racing up through here, and we can sell the rest of our wood chips. I said rest of. We can sell the first load of wood chips, and then we can start getting some more sold. We're going to go back over, we'll get another load, and we get them all sold. And then, once we've sold all of those like that, we've then got to get the other vehicle, not the other, we've got to get the wood chipper, and we've got to start shredding up those piles of logs as well. Now, can I get across? I don't really want to do this, do I? This is going to utterly destroy my car. Look at that. That's not the way to behave. Doesn't like it very much, does it? It did alright, it did alright. Okay, I know that one's over there. I'm just going to take this one on a little road trip. We're just going to go out past here, past the... I would say that's probably the mission there. Mission, the church, something like that. I don't know. It seems like it does seem like something to do with monks or a church or something like that. I'm not really sure what, but yeah, definitely a place of prayer. The bell, it says to me, place of prayer, not a school. I don't think it's a school. I think it's a place of prayer. Right, we come across the bridge over here and over to the pigs. We're not currently looking after these pigs. Somebody else is looking after these pigs. But it's always good to just come on and make sure that they're all looking... Yep, they're looking pretty good. And we're going to go whizzing back through this way. And we're just going to park on the bridge. And, you know, we're going to have to go back and we're going to have to carry on working. But I'm sure that somebody will be able to come out here and admire the pink Caddy and, you know, do a bit of fishing or something. Bit of fishing would be really nice. But there we go. There is our beautiful, beautiful car. I love this car. I genuinely love this car. Right, we'll leave that one there, and we've got to carry on working. We will come back to the Caddy, and we'll do a bit of fishing another time. Well, we are just about to run out of liquid fertilizer. You can see it's on 1% at the moment. 0% now. If I just take a look over here, we'll see if they actually turned around. He didn't turn around, he's still going, so he's got to that point there. We can literally just drive in across. We won't do that right now. We've got to unload these. We've got to get this stuff unloaded. How much are we getting? Forgot to check. $203 per 1,000 litres. So we just dump that straight up through there, lift it straight up, and over it goes. I wonder if I can tip two at once. I don't think I can. Actually, I might be able to. Come over to there. By the time you get over there, it's, no! Oh! Okay, so apparently we can't do two at once. By the time one's moved over, it's not going to work. So let's just put that one back down. It does take a while to actually operate the tip on them. And we'll bring the next one over, and then we can tip that one out. It should, now it's working. Now it's actually tipping properly. So we can dump that in there. Now, I would like a reasonable amount of money because there's things that we need to buy. And the price has now gone to 130. That's taken a real caning, that has. Right, well, we got 10 grand for that trailer. I didn't actually see how much I got for the previous trailer full. Plus, we've also got a little bit lying on the ground now. But we got so much wood chips that is going to be coming in here that I guess it's not really going to... It's not going to hurt it loads. I mean, just $100 per 1,000 litres doesn't seem like very much. It does seem like there's definite room for improvement there, but yeah, we're just going to go with it. We're not going to keep it for any longer. We're not going to try and push the numbers up at all. We'll just go with this. So let's go and get another load. And right, if we come round here, I love driving up in between all these trees. It's just something, I've said this before, and at the risk of sounding a bit like a broken record, I love this map. I really do. I love the whole feel of this map. It's just... I don't know. There's just something about it. I just feel so sort of happy and cheerful when I'm playing on this map. And for that reason, I am still seriously considering doing my final time-lapse on this map. So, yeah, I mean, even if I do... I have said before that I may have to go down to doing just one time-lapse a week, which is what I originally started out doing. instead of what I'm currently doing, which is 2 time lapses a week. It takes such a huge amount of time that I may have to go and do this. And even if I do, I'm still only planning on running 6 months per time lapse. So even if I'm only doing 1 episode a week, I'm still only going to do the same map for 6 months. I mean, at the moment, I am technically doing it in slightly under 6 months, but it does sort of work out like that. Roughly 6 months. So it would end up being about 25, 26 episodes, and then I'd move on to the next one. So regardless of how many episodes I actually end up doing, in another 3 or 4 months, I will be leaving Sandy Bay and moving on to the final time lapse that I will do for 2017. And then, obviously, the new time lapse will be on Farming Simulator 2019. I am seriously considering coming onto this map. I know a lot of people have said that they'd rather I didn't, just because of how many people play this map, and there are quite a few people that don't particularly like it. Me personally, I absolutely love this map. I really do, and it really would please me to be able to do the time lapse on this map. However, I am very much aware of the fact that we're doing this on... What's my timer going off? We're doing this on a Let's Play, and doing a Let's Play and a time-lapse series on the same map is... We did it with Goldcrest Valley, and we kind of end up repeating ourselves quite a lot. It's very, very slow. It's not actually loading up, is it? Look at this. I tell you what, if I try lifting it up, is that going to bite into the wood chips a bit better? That does actually work a bit better. If we lift it up first and then push into the wood chips, it does actually lift it. It does actually do it better. I was struggling to gain purchase on it to start with. It didn't want to like bite into it. So if I do that, go right forward like that and get a whole load of wood chips going into that trailer, and then I can lower it down now and back up, and then I can go into it again. It's not doing it brilliantly. You do get this problem with silage as well. It does sort of struggle to sort of bite into the silage in the clamp, just because of the way that it lifts it up on the corners. Oh no, I didn't want to stop it. I want to just lift it up like that. But if you lift it up a little bit into the air, it does seem to do it a bit easier. I don't know why this would be. I'm not sure what the reasons is behind this. Push it in. We're going to have an awful lot of trailer loads of wood chips out of this. There's far more here than I actually thought there would be. I genuinely didn't think we would get this huge quantity when we were doing this. I'm seriously considering... I would say I was seriously considering getting a heating plant, is what I was about to say. But then I suddenly thought, well, actually, no, because the heating plant... If I dump the heating plant right next to this, I can't blow straight into the heating plant. It doesn't work like that. You've got to go into a trailer first, so I'd still have to load it into a trailer. I mean, it probably would end up being quicker. We could just load it in, we could just, like, have it chaining straight from here into a trailer, and then into the heating plant. Right, I want to lower that one down, and then bring it up through. Just want to try and get just the very edge of it all the way along, so that we've sort of cleared a line for the truck and the trailers to come in on the next pass. You can sort of see it moving a little bit there. Now, I'm going right into the side of it now. This isn't working very well. And it's where you're going straight into the side of it that it doesn't work very well. When you're pushing into the front of it, when you're going, face on to any kind of quantity of it, then it works really well. You do end up picking it all up. I mean, at the moment, it seems to be going. It does seem to be working, even though I'm right on the very edge of it. But that is one thing that the mill does struggle with, is when you're like on the edge of a pile of stuff. Really doesn't seem to like it for some reason. I think that's all of it. I think we're now full. Yep. It's not even pointing at the trailer. If it's not pointing at the trailer, that does mean that it's reached its limit. So let's just bring that one all the way back over to here. And we'll stop about that point there, I think. Shut off the engine. Run over, and we're going to do another run up to the mill. Now, this time round, we're going to be getting $132 for the first load, and then whatever the second load is after that. I don't even know what that one's going to be. Just come up around here. This will be the last load for today, and then we're going to have to carry this on tomorrow. I will, before the episode starts, go and reload the Stara once more, and I don't know if it's going to actually be able to finish that field with one more load. I suspect not. I suspect that we're going to have to do 2 more loads in order to be able to completely finish the field that it was spraying, but it's not going to be far off. We'll just bring this one in round here. So my question for this week I would just like to apologise if you can hear a load of thumping and banging in the background. My neighbours are busy doing some construction work and it's a little bit noisy. Right, I think they've stopped banging for just a minute, but you may get banging and crashing coming through on this week's recordings, unfortunately. There's not a lot that I can do about that. So my weekly question for this week is, we currently have... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that right there. We currently have cereals over here. We have corn here, and we have beans over here. Now, I'm saying cereal... It's all classed as cereals, but I'm saying cereals for canola, wheat, and barley. And... I can, this season, if you want, I can whole crop all of this here and take it over to the biogas plant, or I can wait until next season when we've planted this field here with either wheat or barley, and then we can whole crop that field there and take it over to the biogas plant, which will be a lot closer, so we'd have a lot less distance to be running backwards and forwards, but it's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Do you want me to run it from over here and have the extra distance to deal with? Or do you want me to have it close by and just literally nip back and forth across the railway right there? Okay, that's that bit. And we'll just quickly sell this. So the first one is $132 per 1,000 litres. Now, we have 133 altogether. I can't remember if both trailers are exactly the same. 66,500. Yes, they are both the same. So we just dump that in there. That's 8,872. And then we can come through onto here and we can go that one. Oop, nope. It would help if I changed the trailer that we're using. There we go. Tip that one in. So we had 8,878 for the first one. I'm just quickly going to go through like 95. It's dropped all the way to 95. So the second load is 6,373, and we're down to $92 per 1,000 litres. $92 per 1,000 litres. That is getting very, very, very low. So we're probably looking about $5,000, maybe about $10,000 per complete trailer load. But I mean, we still got an awful lot of stuff to bring over here and sell. So we're still going to make a reasonable amount of money out of it. Enough that we'll be able to buy the sheds that we need to buy for our main yard down there. Which includes the 2 auto-stacking bale sheds, as well as a couple of machinery sheds. And then, well, that's going to be pretty much it, because anything else we're going to be leasing. I am seriously considering buying this truck, although at the moment we can't afford to do that. But anyway, that's all we got time for today. So if you enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me and get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.